Welcome to Rodney Parade for a very special day on the football calendar. The FA Cup third round. Everybody loves it. And it's been 30 years since Newport County were last in this round of the FA Cup. Of course, they disappeared for a while, which probably explains that. Now, my name is Phillips. I sometimes work for BBC Radio Wales. And don't forget, after the game today, I'll get the plug in now. Call Rob 03700 100 110. You can speak to Leighton James if you want. Or not, as the case may be. So, give us a call after the game. But, most of all, I hope you're going to enjoy this. Because I'm really looking forward to this. I've seen people I've not seen for years. I'll tell you a little story. Those of you of a certain age might remember that I used to cover football on the South Wales Argus. And in fact, my first game from switching from the rugby, which was almost unheard of those days, was Newport County away to Sunderland in the FA Cup third round 30 years ago. Does anybody remember the score? 2-0. 2-0. Does anybody remember the county team? Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Shh. This is the team last in the third round of the FA Cup, representing Newport County. In goal, Mark Kendall. Right back, Lyndon Jones. Still not smiling. Left back, the one who did smile, his brother Peter Jones. Centre half, any thoughts? Darren Peacock. We'll come to him in a minute. The other centre half, the other centre half, Terry Boyle. Midfield, Roy Carter. Remember him? Midfield, John Louis. Midfield, Steve Berry. Still the best stag do I've ever been to. On the wings, Steve Mardenborough. The other wing, the one and only, Leighton James, Cole Rob. And up front, Gordon Staniforth. They were 2-0 down at half-time, so the manager, Bobby Smith, took drastic action. He put on the one and only John Relish. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we start the Q&A, can I ask you to say hello to, first of all, one of those players that day. Stand up, Mr. Leighton James. And of course, later that season, Bobby Smith marched out. Leighton James was coach. He took over with the one and only stand-up John Relish. Now, Mark Kendall was one of the nicest guys I ever met in football. He had also one of the nicest wives I ever met. Gaynor, stand-up Gaynor Kendall. Right, if you've got a Mercedes WG 61 AKF, I think it was, please move it. It's in the disabled lane. Please move it. And also representing Mark Kendall. Oh no, it's Nathan Blake. Shocking. Okay, say hello to Nathan Blake while he walks out. Also representing Mark Kendall, he's another goalkeeper, so he's another nutcase, his son Lee Kendall. Hi, Lee. You've got to wait for Nathan Blake to come back and move his car now, of course. Let's start with we'll get at least one of our guests up, so a warm welcome now to one of our special guests today. He played for Newport County, he played for Blackburn Rovers. See where I'm coming from on this? It's well planned, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, former county centre half and former Lancaster City manager, and plenty of other clubs too, to tell us about, Mr. Darren Peacock. And ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to, now he's moved his car, to former Blackburn, Newport, oh I don't know how many any other clubs. A Wales international, Mr. Nathan Blake. Right, you're all here on this one. Yeah. And I notice he's just walked in, so ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to another former Newport County player who played in that game at Sunderland, Mr. Steve Mardenborough. Stand up, Steve. Nice to see you, mate. You okay? Hello, David. Come up, don't worry. Oh, right, okay.
Nice to see you, mate. You okay? Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, well, since you've taken the time to come up, Steve, stand up there, I'll have a quick word. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Mardenborough. Nice to see you, Steve. I haven't seen you for ages. What are you doing now?
I'm working in London at the moment for a big corporate company, Darren. So, doing all kinds.
Any Liverpool fans here? Well, this man scored a winner at Anfield.
That's many years ago. I think about 27 years ago now.
And working on Radio Well, Steve, I know that your son is making headlines. What does your son do?
He's GP2, GP3. He's 2 steps off Formula 1 at the moment. So he's doing really well. He's racing out in Japan this year.
And his name is?
Jan Mardenborough.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Mardenborough, look out for the successor. And it's not working. Right, I might have to shout, so you'll have to be quiet. You can go now, Steve. There's no easy way of saying that. We've got about 10 minutes to ask them whatever you want to ask them, but I'll ask a few questions first. So, Darren, first of all with you, welcome back. When was the last time you watched Newport County play?
Last time I seen him play. When I was playing, yeah, the last game for Newport.
So you haven't seen them for over 30 years?
No.
My word.
Exactly. Apart from obviously on TV, but the live games, the very first time since I actually...
As you can see, the equipment works much better at Rodney Parade than it did at Summerton Park.
Well, most of my time as an apprentice at Summerton Park was actually painting. Painting the stadium and clearing up rather than sort of playing football.
And I mean, spare their blushes, but what were Leighton James and John Relish like when they took over that season that you played at Sunderland? Because Bobby Smith walked out and you put on a real job to stay up, didn't they?
Yeah. It was, from my memory, lots and lots was happening off the pitch. You know, players, wages, the checks bouncing, that sort of thing. So many rumours.
Checks bouncing at Newport, surely not.
Getting chased for checks bouncing. People coming in, going. You know, the chairman, as I remember, or one of the chairmen, he was coming with his mini metro with his initials on the wing. You know, that was big time then. You know, there's certainly fond memories.
Fond memories. Nathan Blake, you actually didn't play for Newport County early on in your career, did you?
I did or I didn't?
You didn't, because you were here, then you suddenly departed.
No. I was in school, and before my exams, I was doing like an apprenticeship. I wasn't an apprenticeship. It was going to lead to an apprenticeship. So it was like a work experience for about 3 or 4 months when we used to train down at Asmouth and stuff like that. Brian Eastwood was the manager.
Did he not fancy you, or?
I was only 16. I think I could have played. I played for the reserves. Played with people like Norman Passow and people like that who had played or were playing, and I have for the first team. So I was gutted that I didn't get an opportunity, but I didn't really expect it because I still was in school, really.
You boys have played in enough FA Cup games to know. Just tell us what it's like. Put your Blackburn hats on now.
Okay.
I know Nathan prefers Bolton, because he played alongside John Sheridan, did you not?
I did indeed.
Yeah, so he rates John Sheridan. Round of applause for the manager, please. The man who's going to pick up Newport County this season. Darren Peacock, put your Blackburn hat on. What are those Blackburn players thinking now as they walk into the typical Welsh weather here at Rodney Parade today? Third round of the FA Cup.
I think most people will see it for the Blackburn players as a chance to forget about, or put it into the back of their mind about the league, because there's a lot of pressure, especially at Blackburn, because of it's really a high profile club because they've been in the Premiership, because they've won the Premiership. But it's a chance to get all about that. It's a leveler. This competition is certainly a leveler for all, whatever, first division, second division, non-league, Premiership. It just, on the 90 minutes out there and the pitch, it just levels players' ability.
I suppose, Nathan, that if you're a Blackburn player, you'll get no headlines if you win, but you'll make all the headlines if you lose.
Yeah, giant killing, isn't it? So it's a massive game. I mean, the weather, as you can see, is a nightmare. Pitch will be heavy, boggy. People will be thinking, or people will be saying they won't fancy and what have you, but I assure you they'll come out fighting, definitely, because that's the immediate reaction of people who are outside of the game. It's all wet and windy and dodgy changing rooms, but you just love it as a player.
Okay, my questions are boring. Anybody got a question from the floor they'd like to ask Darren Peacock or Nathan Blake? Just put your hand up, you can ask them anything you want within reason. Now look at them, they're already moving. Anybody got a question for one of the boys? Nobody? Don't tell me an action. Oh, hang on. There's always one. Right. Here we are, boys. Get ready for this. This could be anything. So who's first? Right. So just tell me your name, who you support. Just think about where you are, and what you're at.
My name is Pascal, and I'm a referee.
All right, you've united both sides. They all hate you now. Go on, Pascal.
You know, Nathan, the bench I come to, you know what, as a youngster, watching you play for Wales, you know, and scoring for Wales, and I was very fortunate to be there when you scored in the final at the men's stadium in 2003 for the Wolves at 3-0 as well. That was amazing. You know, but what was it like to play against Giggs? You know, like with Giggs as well as a player. You know, what we're talking about is you see Gareth Bale now. Was Giggs as committed, as you could say, to? You know,
Was he as good as Bale? Is that your question?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know,
Well,
what was it
don't
like?
sit on the fence.
What was it like? You know, what was it like to be next to him? You know, when you were playing for Wales?
What was it like to see him running away from you, Nate? That's what he's trying to ask. Give him a nice man.
Sorry, Rob, where are you? Stand up, Rob. Where are you? Oh, sorry. There you're at.
Over to you.
No, listen, he's one of the world's best at the end of the day. He played in a team which was arguably for probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, the best in Europe. He's a quality player, but you don't get starstruck, I suppose, as a fellow player. He's just your teammate. So wonderful, fortunate to play with him. Just down to what you do, which gets you there and gives you the opportunity to play with someone who's as good a player as he is. So it was brilliant, mate. It's just look back and it's part and parcel of your life experience. But is he a better player than Bale? For me, I didn't play with Bale. I think most people would say in Wales no, because Bale's commitment seems to be more than Ryan's. But as a player, one-on-one, I've got to go with the sidewinder, I'm afraid. Giggsy. He was special.
So, finally got a decision out of him. Well done, Pascal. Giggs is better than Bale. There's the headlines Monday. Anybody else want to ask a question? I like that question. That was good. Darren Pico, you got a view on that? No? Okay. Oh, you didn't get close enough to him, is that right? Oh. Does anybody else want to ask these boys a question? Yeah, hang on then, here we go. One more question. Don't swear, yeah.
John Foley's my name, Darren played alongside my brother Will Foley at the United, and obviously Will played for County as well.
Actually, Will Foley's here. Where is he? I've seen him today. Welcome, Will Foley, former Newport County player. Stand up, Will. There we are, look. He colours his hair hair on his head now. It's brilliant, isn't it? All right, here we go.
Still got more than mine. Darren, questions for you actually. Who's the best player you actually played with, and who's the best player you played against?
Well, the range from obviously at Newcastle, there's quite a lot of ability, apart from yourself there, Ginola, but I think of all the people across the world that played for Newcastle, was Peter Beardsley, who was certainly 2-3 seconds moves in front of the whole of his teammates. Yeah, so and against was Rivaldo, who played for Barcelona. He wasn't that good looking, but I just couldn't get close to him to kick him. You know, so I tried for 25 minutes to get close to him, and then when I did get close enough to kick him, I kicked the bottom of his boot, which unfortunately I had to go off. So, and that was at the new camp. So definitely Rivaldo was the most outstanding player. Natural ability. Well, we've seen him on YouTube. Some of the young people just turn a game in a second, and an absolutely outstanding player, outstanding talent.
Do you notice that when he just dropped in, he was at the new camp? Just to mention that it's Wycombe 0, Aston Villa 1, so a shot on the cards there already this afternoon. Stop that for me, is it? No. Somebody told me that one on the way down. Boys, I want to just ask you about Newport County. We've got John Relish, we've got Leighton James, we've got Mark Kendall's wife here. Oh, do I see David Handel over there? And BEM. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Handel. Congratulations, David, on the honour. I'm sure mine's in the post. And Darren, who's the best Newport County? Who are the big influences for you at Newport County? And then we'll ask you a score and then you can go eat.
During my time there, it was the old pros you look at that time. You know, Terry Boyle, Rello was part of the furniture. Really, still is by the looks of it. Yeah, like antique.
Well, it's old furniture now, isn't it? It's antique, really.
Just the old pros, so to speak. You know, Leighton, you know, Terry Boyle, as I say, Tony Pulis. You know, Mark was great. He would come in after training, have a whole industrial size, you know, pot of tea to himself. You know, like it was little things, little instances like that. You look back with great fond memories. And for myself, just the catalyst of what I want to achieve.
Yeah, not just because Gabe and me are here, but I've got to say, Mark Kendall, one of my favourite footballers that I ever came across. Just a great guy, a really funny bloke. I'll never forget the day when he took a throw-in at Bournemouth and there was nobody near him, so he just kicked the ball himself, like in school. You know, you take a quick throw and then you hammered it upfield. Mark Kendall did that. Referee straight in the head. Nathan Blake, who's a big influence for you?
At Newport?
Yeah.
I'd have to give Normal Parcel a mention because I didn't really play with first teamers. Gino used to take me out and do little keep me up.
David Giles.
Yeah. Little ball control, ball skills. He was brilliant.
Okay, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Well, there was no more really.
No more. Nobody could influence Nathan Blake. I can understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to know that we've gone through, 15 minutes with Nathan Blake, and we haven't mentioned his FA Cup goal on Match of the Day yet. But we won't even mention that because it was for the other team down the road. So, what team, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want of these two now is a prediction for this afternoon. Just bear in mind where you are, boys. Okay, Nathan Blake, scoreline, please, be honest.
3-2 win.
3-2 win to Newport County. The right answer. Darren Peacock.
2-1.
2.
Newport.
Newport. They obviously want to get out of here alive. Ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the technical difficulties, but a big warm welcome and a big thank you to Mr. Nathan Blake and Mr. Darren Peacock. And Darren is now signing. Where's the gentleman who brought up the shirt? Where is he? Just make yourself known, Stan. Where are you? Just have a look at it. Oh, here we are. Right. So this is the shirt. This is the shirt that Darren Peacock wore Against Rochdale for Newport 30 years ago. You sure he won his little brother? Okay, he still had the long hair then though, didn't he? He still had the long hair. Don't forget, try not to boo at the same time, we've got the silent auction for the signed Blackburn Rovers shirt. It will be worth a fair bit, so please buy it, or please make an auction bid for it. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you have a brilliant time this afternoon. We all hope it's the right result at the end of the afternoon. I'm going to go away and do my day job now, but I'd love it if every one of you didn't make me feel lonely on my phone in tonight. So give us a ring after the game, win or lose, 03700 100 110. Enjoy the afternoon. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention please? The match official has unfortunately called this afternoon's game off. He said the pitch is unplayable. We're just waiting for some more information. As soon as I've got that, I'll relay it to you. But unfortunately, the match has been postponed this afternoon.